it's Ebony Alexis with EA Entertainment, and I'm giving you what's real. So today I had the pleasure of speaking with Leslie Taylor Jones. Leslie is a registered nurse and has been in healthcare over 15 years. She is also a CPR instructor and has a company called Lifelines. Last week, I'm not sure if some of you have seen it, but Leslie made a video in the hospital expressing her concerns about COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus, and what she was seeing in the hospital. And it went viral. It caught the attention of many. And if you have not seen that video, then here's a small clip of it.
The news is not doing this any justice. Like, they need to take the camera and go in the hospital so y'all can really understand. It is devastating. It is some stuff that you see on TV. Like, people dying and they just putting a sheet over them, working on the next patient.
So I had a chance to catch up with her and talk about everything that's been going on, things that we don't know about. Some of you know certain things, some of you don't. So guys, just stay tuned, keep watching, and let's hear about what's going on. All right, guys, so I'm here with Leslie Jones. And so Leslie, let's just jump right into it. So last week you went viral for this video that you posted in the hospital. What are the things that you were seeing? Share with people the things that you were seeing that made you want to record this video.
Well, I did the video because before I came here, I had no idea that things were this serious. I was at home, me and a couple of my friends were looking for assignments, and we was like, well, we can go, to New York. And my dad was like, no, you know what's going on out there? I was like, Dad, it can't be that bad. The media is really hyping it up. And I feel like that's what everybody felt. Because when we got here, we're in the middle of Manhattan, so we were sightseeing, the city wasn't completely locked down. It was still some people out. So we were walking around, doing touristy things. And we went to work the next day. And when we went to work, girl, people just were in tears because we could not believe this. It's like watching a movie. It's so many people sick. I work in the ER, so I always see different things. I've seen traumatic things happen to people, but nothing touched my heart like this, to see people of all ages sitting there in a panic because everybody's nervous about the unknown. Everybody's panicking. People are having real anxiety about it when you see hundreds of people in the ER, hundreds of people in the waiting room. All the ER rooms are filled. People are in the hallway. They're making an overflow unit. They're doing different stuff to try to get the people seen, but the people won't stop coming.
And, I think some people feel like they're untouchable or they cannot be affected unless they're older. So you said there are people of all ages. So this is something that is affecting everyone that you see.
I mean, I had a 29-year-old patient since I've been here who was COVID positive, who was hypoxic, which means saturation was very low, was having a difficult time breathing, couldn't catch his breath. They told us that healthy people wouldn't be affected. That's not the truth. You just have a better chance of fighting it off. Okay. So it can affect everybody just as severely as it could affect a 80-year-old person. It could affect a 20-year-old person.
How is it contracted?
It is now, the CDC said today that the disease is airborne.
Oh, wow.
Right. So that's why, everybody really needs to stay in the house, and you need to wear a mask when you're outside because it's very easy to catch. Look at the numbers and how the numbers are increasing daily, you know?
Right. And even my mom, before you just said that, my mom was like, oh, it's in the air, it's in the air. So I'm just like, well, no, it's not. Sorry, Mom, I guess you were right.
That's not the truth. It's in the air.
Right, yeah. Based on what you've seen, why do you think that people are not taking this as seriously as it really is? And you're, front line, so you see exactly what's going on. What do you think the barriers are between, like, the media and people? Like, why are people not taking this seriously?
I mean, for example, the media hype up stuff all the time. Like, I'm from Mobile, Alabama. Hurricane season. You'll see the news come on and they'll tell you that everything's shut down, prepare for the biggest hurricane ever. And then when the hurricane's supposed to hit, there's nothing. It's a little sprinkle of rain and we're back to normal business. And we bought all this food, we didn't prepare and nothing happened. Impression that we have on the media that they're overhyping everything. But I'm here to tell you that it's true. It's actually worse than what the media is saying. Seeing is believing. I didn't believe until I saw it for myself. And a lot of people won't believe until it affects home, until it's your family member who's in the hospital for COVID and you can't visit them. It's your family member that they're calling and saying that they had to intubate.
Right. Right. Paint us a picture of what the hospitals look like when you are there working. What are the things that we're seeing?
You're seeing 3 and 4 patients in one room. Okay. You're seeing patients in the hallways. On the floor, you're seeing the doctors and nurses covered from head to toe, just like on the movie, in scuba diving suits. Some of the doctors, majority of the doctors, they're wearing scuba suits. So they're wearing a scuba suit with a hood on, and their neck, ears, everything is covered with the gown on top of that, with an N95 mask and a regular mask on top of that. And this is how people are working all day, all day, all day, just like that. That's scary enough in itself. You're in the room with 4 or 5 people with the same symptoms as you and with the same disease as you, and a cold is being called on them. And you're sitting there thinking, am I next? Is it that bad? Is this what's happening to me? You know?
Right. Right. And what are the first symptoms that you generally get with COVID?
COVID, the first symptom that most people are getting is a sore throat. They're getting an elevated temperature, a fever of 100 or greater, a cough, back pain because it affects your lungs. So on the x-ray, COVID-19 resembles pneumonia. So it looks like your lungs fill with fluid.
What should we do if you should have these symptoms?
Okay, so COVID-19 is like a virus.
Okay.
And a virus is like a common cold. So there's no cure, and you treat the symptoms. So that's what's going on. When you get a temperature, you take Tylenol. If you become short of breath, if you feel like you can't walk a couple of steps without being winded, if you feel like you can't speak in full sentences without, losing your breath, that's when you should come in and be seen. The way the virus is spreading, the mass majority of people are going to test positive from COVID. There's nurses and doctors who tested positive who's still working, but they're wearing PPE to prevent from spreading the disease because so many people have it at this point.
So you can walk around and be functional and have it and it not really affect you as bad.
Right. It's just like the symptoms come on just like you have a cold, but the symptoms progress gradually. Some people deteriorate quicker than others. When you've taken everything that you can take, when you did the cough syrup and you do the Tylenol and you still having fevers and you just feel like there's nothing else, that's when you come to the hospital and you be tested for COVID. So if you come in and the test is taking 24 to 72 hours to come back. So if you come in there and you just, like I say, coughing and fever and your symptoms are mild, they're going to test you and you're going to go home. Okay. But if you have the shortness of breath, then you're going to be admitted and you're going to receive IV antibiotics and fluids, stuff to make you feel better. And it depends on your status as it progresses, whether you'll be discharged in 2 or 3 days.
I'm sure you're working a lot more than you're generally used to. And we all appreciate you and everyone else who is in the industry for doing that and taking that extra step. So how has this affected you on a personal level?
At this point, everybody's tired. Everybody's overworked. The staff is leaving out every day because people are getting symptoms of COVID, and some people are getting short of breath where they can't come to work, and some people are just exhausted. We're working every day. We're working 7 days a week at this point, 12-hour shifts. So that takes a toll on everybody. So, we're just here to do our best, taking our vitamins, everything to boost your immune system, to keep your energy levels up. And, hey, we're in the battlefield and you got to fight.
You all are doing your part in fighting. Like, what can we do? What can we do to help assist in that? What can the general public do to alleviate what's going on?
Social distancing.
Okay.
You need to social distance, and if you feel sick or get a fever, you need to self-quarantine. If you have kids and family at your house, you need to pick a room and you need to stay in that room, or you need to send your family members somewhere else. Okay. And we need to stop with the partying. everybody
Yeah,
right now
social
just
distancing.
social
For some, that
distancing.
means you go into people's house that you know. If I know you, you cool. That does not mean that. That means you're staying away from everybody.
Right, staying away from everybody, even your family members. It don't need to be 10 of y'all in the house. Y'all need to social distance, because it's so easily spread. Just think about it. How many people you talk to every day? This disease is airborne, and it's not going to stop the spread until we do our part, or it's going to continue to grow.
Right.
So we have to take it serious, you guys. We have to take it serious and take the necessary steps, because it could very well be you and your family members if you don't do what you need to do.
Right. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't realize like how bad it is until it happens to you. So
Right.
this is, to prevent it before it even gets that far, before it happens. I know they're predicting that everyone should be social distancing and staying in the house for the next month or so. Do you foresee that being accurate? Do you think it's going to get better or worse? Like, what are your viewpoints on that?
I really can't say.
Right.
At this point, the numbers are increasing so rapidly.
They are.
There's nowhere to put the people. Everybody who comes in the hospital with these symptoms are not positive. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So they still have to be ruled out. It's called rule out COVID. You come in with the symptoms and you need to be admitted. We're waiting on the test results to come back, but you're placed in this big room because we don't have anywhere to put patients. You're placed in this room, and it could be me and you in the room together. We both have the same symptoms, but I test for COVID, you test for COVID, our test results come back, and I'm negative and you positive, but we've been in the same room together for 2 days.
Right. And that puts you more at risk, so
Right, that
that's
puts you more at risk. And I'm sure if they test you again, then you'll be positive as well.
What are some safety tips that you would give everyone besides social distancing?
Social distance, take your vitamins. Please take vitamins. I'm taking right now the vitamin C packets. I'm taking elderberry. I'm taking vitamin C, elderberry, sea moss.
Okay.
Okay. The black seed oil.
Okay.
Multivitamin and zinc.
So
I'm taking all of those.
Every vitamin that you can.
Yes, ginger. Ginger is also good.
Okay.
I'm taking all of that every single day. Wear a mask. Please buy the mask online, whatever you need to do to protect yourself. If you do have to go outside the house, buy a mask and wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands.
So after all of this is over, how do you think that this will affect the state of our economy?
Right now, the economy is affected because everything is shut down. Everything is shut down. How people survive and how people live, everything is shut down. Some people can't go to work. The only people who are out right now are essential workers, nurses and truck drivers and convenience store owners or food places. That's it. So everybody, it looks like it's leading into a recession. It's terrible. It's affecting everybody in multiple ways.
Leslie, thank you so much for that information. I appreciate you for coming on and sharing that with us. I'm really glad that you were able to speak on this and just that you just decided to share that video, because I think that when you posted that video, even for me, like it was like a whoa, like I didn't know. A lot of people just are ignorant. They have no idea about how serious it is. It's something we hear about. It's like, okay, cool, stay in the house, but we're still, going over a friend's house, doing unnecessary things. But I think it was like really like a wake up call for me when I heard that video from you. It was like, okay, hold on a second, like this is serious. So
it
is. Me seeing that, I felt compelled to share that with everybody that I knew, and I really appreciate you for what you are doing, and everybody else that you care. Like you guys are angels, at this point. So that takes a lot of sacrifice on y'all end. So we really appreciate you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And y'all continue to pray for the people with the COVID-19. And please pray for the healthcare workers, the first line, the front line, and everybody who's essential.
Sure will. Thank you so much, Leslie.
You have a great day.
I hope that you guys were able to see it from a different perspective and retain all of the information that you were just given. Share it, spread it. Make sure that you guys give Leslie a follow and, some encouragement, support her business. And I really appreciate you again, Leslie, for sharing that with us and making us all more aware, because at the end of the day, it is not just ourselves that we have to be concerned about. We have to be concerned about our communities, our families, and everyone else that this is affecting. And also, a big thank you for the people that are putting their lives literally at risk for us every day. Condolences to everyone who has known someone personally or lost a family member because of this. Yeah, you guys, we will get through this. Make sure that you are doing your part to keep everyone. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you for watching and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos.